Good morning. I read something so beautiful this morning that hope is our source of strength. And I really get that in these current circumstances and times when there's so much uncertainty, so much drastic change that's happened unexpectedly in our lives, a lot of stress is going on for us. And a lot of the stress that we're experiencing at the moment is around the fear of the unknown. And the more we're fearful about the unknown, the more we're also impacting our levels of stress. And can you control what you're fearful about? Not really. What can you control is who you are and how you show up in every particular moment, in every moment of your day, so that your experience of life is impacted that way. So as within, so without. What we experience internally becomes a true and direct reflection of what goes on in our outside world as well. And can you imagine if collectively we all start applying that mindset, how much we could actually shift and change what is going on around us? Because what happens when we're stressed is that our body's natural reaction is that cortisol, which is our stress hormone, is pumped into our bloodstream. It minimizes the ability for our executive part of our brain to function, which is where we are reasonable, rational, creative. We're able to be present and mindful. Because what's happening is that our blood is now moving into different parts of our bodies to get us into the fight, flight, and mode responses that we've naturally created over our lifetimes in response to stress. So it could be anything of really wanting to control a situation, perhaps becoming a little bit more aggressive, wanting to withdraw from the situation and hide, avoid speaking about it, avoiding it completely, or wanting to actually run away from it. So these are natural responses to the experience of stress. And the more we perpetuate those habits, the more they start to show up in other stressful situations. But where you do have the power is who you are and how you show up in this moment. You see, your brain doesn't really know whether something is true or false or big or small. It really just believes what you allow it to believe is true. And so why not start reshaping those programs in your brain now so that you can directly impact the experience that you're having of life, even in the midst of the uncertainty, and hence impact those around you. So you might be wondering, well, how can I do that? And I wanted to share a couple of tips that I hope you'll be able to take away from this video clip. Is to first recognize when you're feeling stress. So what are the signs that are going on in your body physically? So is there a tingling sensation? What emotions do you tend to feel? Is it disappointment, fear, anxiety, a bit of stress, overwhelm? What are the behaviors that you are displaying? So are you becoming more aggressive, or are you wanting to just hide away from reality? So just take a moment to recognize those things that are going on for you. Don't resist them, because whatever you resist ends up just showing up again and again in your life, and probably even more so than before. So just allowing your space to be with what you have and what you know gives you great power, and also reduces the impact that it's having on your system. Breathing is also a beautiful technique, just to really take your attention off what you are fearful about and focusing it on your breathing just takes away the attention, because whatever you place attention on will grow. And again, practice of gratitude, looking around you and just being in the comfort of home with special friends or people that you can spend this time with. Quality time that we're not really given very often also just reduces those cortisol levels in your system. There's another wonderful practice that talks about how contagious and how impactful smiling is. And it doesn't mean that it has to particularly be for a happy situation, but honestly, smiling really starts to trigger a lot of wonderful transmitters in your system that act as antidepressants, that show up as reward in your system, and actually fundamentally start to influence how you're feeling inside, which then influences how you are experiencing things in the outside world. So there really are some wonderful things that you can just simply do and apply every day in the midst of this uncertainty, in these stressful situations that actually we all are suffering from. So you're not alone. We're all in this together, and we all will get through this together. The question is, who do you choose to be in this moment? And how are you going to impact those around you and this world that we are living in?